Greetings and welcome to another episode of Kozmickev100 Astrology. This one is for Friday, the 8th of April, 2022. So I'm going to just say the little mantra and then we're going to get started with this. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Brahma Mirstriparan Takare Banushashi Bhumi Sutta Buddhasha Gurusha Shukra Shani Rahu Keteva Sarvigraha Shantikara Bhavantu. Om. All right, well, right now, today, we were to look at the sky and look at the moon. We would see the moon in the constellation of Gemini. And the part of Gemini that the moon is in is a lunar mansion that was known by the Vedics as Punavarsu. Now, Punavarsu is about rays of light, and it's about moving forward in a right direction. This particular lunar mansion or nakshatra is ruled by Jupiter, and its ruling deity, his name is Aditi. Now Diti and Aditi were sisters, and Diti wanted to have 1,000 children, but Aditi, she just wanted to have two incredible children that were more magnificent than her sister's thousands of kids. And so she had given birth to like 2 eggs. And after 500 years of gestation, she was impatient and she cracked one of them open. And out emerged Aranaya, who hadn't had his legs developed yet, but got an important position, which was carrying the sun every morning, being the charioteer for the sun. And what this really shows us is that when you want to approach something that's great or magnificent, you're going to have to be patient, or there's going to be things that are going to be missing. And so Aditi is also a great deity because she represents infinity in a lot of ways, that there's so many ways that things could go. But in this particular nakshatra, Punavarsu, it's ruled by Jupiter, which is the spiritual planet, that's the guru to the gods. And so there's always growth, there's always expansion, there's always learning. So we're having some learning today. And it's 3/4 Gemini, 1/4 Cancer in the sidereal zodiac, which is different than Western tropical astrology, which is what most of the show is about. And that's based more on seasons. Because, as you know, critics of astrology will say, as critics of tropical or Western astrology, it's like all of the signs of the zodiac have moved 24 degrees from where they were in 250 AD when astrology was invented. And that's absolute fact. That's very true. But in the sidereal zodiac and Vedic astrology, they've been following that and they've been making up for that. So I like to include that in everything. And so this Punavarsu moon today is about aiming for your goals. One of the symbols is a quiver, another one is the bow, like a bow and arrow bow. And so we see that and we're able to shoot for our goals. This is also symbolic of people that might have a nice house, but they really long to travel. And they like to be home sometimes, but they want to go someplace. And one of the things about the quiver is an abode for arrows. So you shoot your arrow, you find your arrows. I mean, arrows are expensive. You don't want to lose your good arrows. So on with that. So in Western astrology today, we'd say we have a moon in Cancer. The sun is in Aries, and both of these signs are cardinal. Now, cardinal signs are about motivating factors or about initiation. Aries, being Mars ruled, is about getting rid of evil. Its key phrase is I am. And it is the baby of the zodiac. So it's definitely the sign where we're most aware of our needs. What are our needs? How will we get these needs met? You know, what action shall we take? Mars is also all about action. On the more mundane, unfortunate level, Mars is about protection and sometimes through violence. Weapons are ruled by Aries pretty much, and it's a fire sign, and so it's very masculine. And one of my astrology teachers originally in Western astrology said Aries is the most masculine sign in the zodiac. However, because Mars is a very independent, random planet, it often is deficient in being able to negotiate and being able to have balanced relationships, like its opposite sign, Libra. So it gets this reputation as the most selfish sign of the zodiac. And I am. And boy, you can hear the Aries out there grumbling, going, I'm not selfish, I am this. And yeah, okay, just calm down. For one thing, you are not just your sun sign. And that's the biggest mistake people make in astrology. Oh, you're a this, you're a that, by sun signs. Sun signs have 30 different degrees. There's probably 30 different types of sun signs. So it's not very specific. Your chart, when done by an astrologer, will show you the specifics, and that's how astrology actually works. And so we're going to go sign by sign, though, based on, if you know your rising sign, that works the best with this, more than your sun sign. If you know your moon sign, that works second best with this. But if all you know is your sun sign, then it works. It still follows. So we're going to start right now with Aries. So I'm going to say greetings, Aries, and welcome to your horoscope. And happy birthday if you're an Aries having a birthday this week. I know that one of my co-workers is having a birthday today. His name is Eddie. So happy birthday, Eddie. Eddie is turning 22 today. And let's see, yesterday was the former California Governor Jerry Brown's birthday. We kind of miss him right now. Some of us, I suppose, some probably not. And if you are, like I said, if you're Aries having a birthday this week, like Josh Chambers, I doubt he'll watch the show, but happy birthday to you. Okay, so right now, since we have Venus, Neptune, Jupiter all in your 12th house, pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your personal karma, because that's what that house is indicating for you. Mars this week is going to leave Aquarius and is going to go into Pisces. So that's going to go into your 12th house too. So this is a week where I would say you're sort of vulnerable to things that maybe aren't completely in your control. There's a lot of loss, so I would say keep things simple. You're less likely to lose things if you just simplify everything right now. And if you have debts to pay, this is the time to pay the debts, because you want to come into your new solar year really clean and really good. Other than that, though, the sun's exalted in Aries, and so there's a part of you that feels hopeful and optimistic and in your soul purpose. And if you're a spiritual Aries working on your spirit life, those planets in the 12th house could actually help you. Okay. So, greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. Now, Taurus is ruled by Venus. And Venus helps us manifest our needs. Right now, for Taurus, Sun's in the 12th house. So, by simply on a solar level, this is a time of just winding up and harvesting everything that happened in the last year for you. This week, next week, there'll be kind of a cosmic change because, in fact, later on this week, the sun will move into sidereal Aries, which is a little bit different than just plain old regular ordinary Aries. It's the new start of new starts. For you, your social life is getting a lot of emphasis because of Jupiter, Neptune, and Venus being in the 11th house. 11th house is also helpful people. Older siblings, older brothers and sisters, they can fall into this house and help you. A boss that wants to meet you for a social activity. Now, I'm not saying so much dating, but like plans, helping you with your career, doing another project in the future, advancement. They can meet you there in the 11th house. Political parties. they can be 11th house relationships as well. Even in some ways, even your church or temple, a spiritual group, any party, arranging parties, these all fall in the 11th house. But sometimes it's hard to want to party when you know you just kind of need to take care of your dream life, complete projects. So there's a little bit to deal with right here. I mean, one of the better things about this week in general is that the moon's position going from Cancer through over towards Virgo this week, we're out of Kalsarpa Yoga because of the moon. The moon is giving us a view of the other houses that we haven't been getting lately. So that's somewhat comforting. All right. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, we are doing pretty good right now. And Mercury is going to move into Taurus this week, so that's in your 12th house. North Node's in your 12th house. Uranus is in the 12th house. So you too are dealing with spiritual karma. This horoscope here of all the spring signs is telling me something here, is that a lot of people throughout the world are experiencing loss right now, because we associate the 12th house with losses, and the 12th house has had such an emphasis on these last few signs. And the 12th house is also where we get into our space of meditation. This is where we get into our prayer life. And if you have a life like that and you believe in it or you want to give it a go, now would be the best time to give it a go. Being aware of your communication, I'd say keeping a dream journal too is really good at this time, because you're going to get messages in dreams. So for Gemini, Aries time represents the 11th house. 11th house is socializing. 11th house is meeting with people. Having a satsang, having people that are godly, that think in positive terms. That's what you need right now. You want someone that's going to say, well, within this disaster, there's an opportunity. Within this place, we can do something different. We can build it better. We can make it new. We have a new chance, a new start. When we're attached to things that have been working out, it's hard to create that new start. So we're being asked to be more flexible. And because spring is full of growth anyhow, and Aries time is those wild shoots coming out of the ground, those weeds, we got to take care of business here, Gemini, and that's going to help facilitate you as you go throughout this week. Lots of career work going on right now. Your talents and skills have to be seen. If you're looking for a new job, Gemini, this is a good week for that. All right. Greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. So in terms of what's happening for you, well, the moon's in your first house today. Yay! So this brings out your popularity. One thing about this moon too is that this is a great moon to get out in the garden. This is a great moon to plant things. Water moons in general are the most fertile moons. They are the moons to plant your seeds and manifest a good garden, especially for above ground crops. We want it on a waxing moon, where the moon is going between the new phase to the full phase. So that's the good news in this part. Moon's going all over the place this week. What I'm seeing for you is that there's a lot of freshness for you this week. There's new starts. There's some economic opportunities coming up, even as soon as Saturday night, Sunday, while the moon goes in your second house, Monday. Communication with siblings and friends as the moon goes into your third house later this week, and even communication with family as it goes into the fourth house. So there's this week, for, like I was saying before, for people in the moon, there's opportunities in the second house for making money, reaffirming your values. It could even be getting new glasses or having some dental work, because a lot of things that affect your face happen in the second house, so that could happen on Monday. And as far as your later on in the week, as we go, and I only do this for Cancer because Cancer, the moon changes signs every other day pretty much. So there's a lot of movement and activity. And so moon will be in the second house, Monday and Sunday. So that's family. Tuesday and Wednesday, Moon's going to be in the third house. That's your siblings, those are your neighbors, and those are friends. And then by Friday or even by Thursday afternoon, we'll be dealing more with our own personal happiness, maybe a relationship to mother and parents. Greetings, Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. So, for you, well, the moon will be in Leo on Monday and Sunday. Sunday, powerful, Leo moon, we'd say, because it's day of the sun. And so Aries time is really a good time for Leos because it's another fire sign. In fact, this is where the sun gets exalted. This is where the sun shines because this is where the sun dominates. We have more light now than we have darkness. And the sun's growing. So it's like a win-win for the sun. That's why the sun's exalted in Aries. Also, with Leo's key phrase being I will, and Aries' key phrase being I am, it's like you can make executive decisions a lot easier without getting any grief for it, I suppose. Lord Saturn is always keeping the sun in check. I just have to say that, and if you make decisions that don't facilitate those who are maybe impoverished or have a lesser voice or handicapped some way or discriminated against in some way due to culture or other things, it's ultimately not going to work out. So try and put your best decisions forward as we go through this week, and they'll probably carry you through the whole year, even through next winter. So that's my solid Leo advice this week. We're going to move it over into Virgo land right now, and so greetings, Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. So what I'm seeing with you is, Aries time, Aries rules your 8th house, okay? So that's where the sun is. And that's significant for you too, because most Virgos, unless you're born after the 16th, generally speaking, you're a Leo sun in sidereal Vedic astrology. So paying attention to the sun is also really important for Virgos. 8th house, other people's property, other people's power, other people's decisions. That's where the sun is at this week. But let's look at Tuesday and Wednesday. Moon will be in Virgo on those days. So those are power days for you this week. These are days where you're going to get a lot of things done. These are going to be days where you're going to be listened to, even Thursday, Thursday morning. And so Wednesday, since it's a Mercury day, I would say that's a really crucial day for most Virgos this week. Look for opportunities right now. Now, since Mercury is now moving into Taurus, or by the end of the week, it's going to bring on more opportunities for education, more opportunities to find good teachers, good lessons for yourself. This will also bring on opportunities for travel, and it's a house of good luck. It makes you a better student. You're going to be able to study better. So there's some help's on the way. What I would say is, don't think that you're in control of the whole situation. It's really hard to be in control of things when the sun's transiting your 8th house. So just sort of like lay low and just go, well, I'll take my lumps and move forward with a sense of grace. And that's the best thing we can do. And by the end of the week, I think you'll be feeling a sense of hope and good things are coming your way. All right. Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. Your Venus ruled. And Venus is in Pisces. Pisces is a sign where Venus gets exalted. Because one of the reasons why this is that to do the best creativity, you want to be in reckless abandon. You know how kids are? They'll just like get in the mud, play with dirt, and say, okay, this is the mountain. All right, this is the hotel over here. you know, and the hotel might look a lot like the mountain, but it doesn't matter because their imagination is being honored and they're putting things together. And this is where real creativity comes. And the sign of Pisces has this sort of ability to merge into all kinds of places and to be inclusive about many types of things. So this is where Venus gets exalted. Now, where is it exalted in a Libra's chart? Well, becomes exalted in the 6th house. And what is the 6th house? The 6th house is about serving others. The 6th house is where we fit in the public service realm. This is 6th house is about taking care of our health. You know, you're going to get better creative ideas if you're eating right and if you're exercising. If you're not eating right and you're not exercising, you're probably not going to have as great of a creative potential. And with Libra, we want to make sure we don't overindulge in sugar. We don't want to overindulge in things that are going to affect our kidneys, alcohol, any kind of sweet thing, any kind of thing that's involved in leisure. And because we are creative arrangers in the zodiac, it's our work. And so good creativity, it's going to take some discipline, it's going to take some work, it's going to take some service to others. And that's what I would keep my mind on. And by Thursday night, Moon will be in Libra, and you'll be feeling great. Okay. Actually, Thursday afternoon. But greetings, Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. So Scorpio has something in common with Aries because they both share a Mars rulership. Difference is Scorpio's cooler. I mean, it's the sun's going down. It's in the fall. It's a little bit darker than lighter. It also has a co-rulership with the planet Pluto. And Pluto's about transformation. Pluto's about insights. Aries is a cardinal sign and it's kind of like go, go, go. And Scorpio's like, hold back. Wait a minute. This may not, it's much less impulsive. And so in a lot of ways, Scorpio is able to make more thoughtful decisions than Aries is, in the sense that it's a fixed sign. And so it is not as quick. Aries will probably think quicker, it'll probably be on the ball. But as far as strategy in the long term, hands down, Scorpio is going to make it. And water, as a water sign, Scorpio, it has a lot of depth. And it's looking at things from a deeper perspective. Now, Aries rules your 6th house as a Scorpio. And so there's a lot of work to be done. And the 6th house is also known as a house of obstacles. And so it's like, how is this getting in my way? You know, and it requires patience and also service, giving things. Making a donation can help your karma this week get better. And next week it'll be a little easier because the sun's going to move into Taurus and it's going to be your 7th house and you're going to be feeling more love and you'll be that elixir of what's needed. You'll be that opposite of what's going on. So you'll feel more balanced then. But even Mars, though, moving into Pisces is going to help you get in your heart, have a better relationship with your children, and get it on with your creative projects this week. All right. So greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. You know, Sagittarius key phrase is I visualize. And I've said before, if there's any sign that does well with Aries, it's got to be Sagittarius. And the reason for this is that one of the rules in astrology is that Jupiter, the Sun, Mars, and the Moon are all friends. And so they get along. And what I've noticed about this kind of alchemy is that people that are ruled by these planets need to take steps of faith in order to fulfill their mission. Now, Aries falls in the 5th house of Sagittarius. 5th house is our heart. It is our children. It is our creative projects. It's where we assume leadership. This is also where we sometimes will embark on trips. Lucky, fortunate things happen to us. And things that are going to continue on for the future that have a relevance can happen here. So Sagittarius is not threatened by the rambunctious impulsiveness of Mars. He's like, well, we can use this. This brings us spiritual courage to get ourselves in areas we haven't been through before. And we want that to happen this week. We want to get into those new areas that give us courage and help us on our way. And I think, you know, especially Sunday and Monday are going to be super positive days for Sagittarius. So look forward to that. And greetings, Capricorn. And welcome to your horoscope. Your Saturn ruled. And Saturn's been in Aquarius, so that's the second house. So things that you might have been dealing with is, you know, you may need dental work, you might need new glasses, money, changes in the economy. These have certainly affected you directly, and you want to be able to create a living for yourself. You want to be able to create a positive income. Your relationship with your parents, your family members often falls in the second house. So, you know, or even the fourth house, you know, and so these are things to be looking at. You know, what really makes you happy? What brings you ultimate success? Also, sometimes the fourth house is fixed assets too. Like if you need to sell your car or sell your house, this could come about, you know, and springtime is certainly an excellent time of year to do that. You know, the market tends to be hot, and you're more likely to do well with it by doing that. So I'm saying for you, it's like we're looking at the practical. It's kind of a romantic Friday and Saturday for you as the moon transits your seventh house. I think it's a little bit more intense come Saturday night, Sunday, Monday. But by Tuesday, some more good things, good news, good things are coming Tuesday, Wednesday for you. I'd say, you know, hang in there with the challenges. This time hasn't been really easy for any of us, you know, and we'll see what happens next. All right, so greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, we've had, you know, Mars in the first house, so you've been really motivated to move forward. You've been like, I'm curious, I want to take chances, I want to do things a little bit differently. So Venus now has moved into your second house. This is going to help you manifest money, or it makes you want to eat more sweets, or it makes you want to indulge in luxuries. And so the thing to ask yourself is, do I really need this? You know, that would be the first place I'd go. And looking at the lunar positions this week, I'd say relationship issues, issues that require negotiation, Saturday and Sunday are going to be your best days for that. As far as other situations, it's, this is, you know, you've been dealing with personal limits, and it's really required you to be real with yourself and to be more mature and to move slowly. And really, Saturn is always about, like, if you can deal with less, you're better off. You're going to be more free. Because what I've noticed with people is that they, especially in American culture, people love things. They want to own things. And it's like, what ends up happening is those things start owning you. Oh, I got to take care of this. Oh, I've got to do that. So keeping it simple will keep it free. And I know that's the way you'd like to go, Aquarius. So let's keep that in mind. All right. We're winding up this horoscope here with our good friend Pisces. So greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. You're a Jupiter-ruled sign, just like Sagittarius. Of course, in the later Western context, we've added Neptune into that picture as well. Both of those planets deal with spirituality. They're both in your first house. You've got Venus there, too. There is this essence of wanting spiritual upliftment and to create a vision, to make the world bloom with flowers, bloom with art. There's also a lot of compassion and empathy in Pisces. And Pisces doesn't see itself so much separate from anything or anybody. And in that way, sometimes they have a problem with boundaries, you know, because it's hard to determine what's affecting them or where their place is in affecting others. But on the grand scale of things, Pisces has a great imagination. And in the words of famous Pisces Albert Einstein, imagination is more important than logic. Aries time rules your second house. Second house is the family. It's your face. It's your neck. It's people that shaped your values. Generally speaking, it's your family and money. And so you're paying attention to your finances right now. Jupiter is in your first house. Things should be good. In fact, really good people are in your life right now. They're all around. And just that mantra of gratitude. Today, I'm grateful for this. You know, I'm really grateful today for Anna, who's my partner, who's helping me with camera work today. I'm grateful for Riken, who's here at BCAC TV and helping facilitate this situation. I'm grateful for you, the viewer, that you've taken a little bit of time out your day to check me out and to check out your horoscope. And with Venus moving in your first house, you're going to be looking better. Your creative ideas are going to manifest more easily. And I really can't wait to hear from you next week when we do this again on Kozmickev100 Astrology. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.